I love touching people. You gotta love touching people. It's just so touchy, huh? Hey, ho, he, ha. Touching people. With magic, what we're trying to do, is get people to believe in the thing they can't believe in. And I believe with the philosopher guy, what was it? I forget. He said, nothing in the mind is not first in the senses. Everything comes through the senses. So with magic, we usually use visuals. Sometimes we use olfactory, like, what is that? Is that a beaver mourning? My favorite website. Or we'll use audio, all these different elements. So here's a tactile thing. It's just a tactile thing where you get somebody involved by physically handling you. They manhandle you during a coin trick. So let's try it. Chris, bring it on down here. Along with a quarter, we're also going to use my cup of coffee. Okay, Chris? Now, I'm going to have you make it really hard for me to do anything tricky, because not only are you going to isolate the quarter in my hand, but I want you to hold on to my wrist. Go ahead. Hold on to my wrist. Make sure I can't get near. Now watch. Going to make the quarter get smaller, a little bit smaller, down to a dime, then a nickel, and then finally a penny, and then finally it's gone. Lift your hand, look. Now I made the coin vanish, and actually it's right underneath my coffee. Now I have a few objects here. Your phone, your card case, deck of cards, coffee cup, because you can have the object appear under anything that's sort of lying around here. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm doing a coin vanish. Okay, I have two objects, and I've secretly hidden one object underneath beforehand. Of course, if you answer a call and then load the quarter underneath, or load the quarter underneath. Of course, you do have to keep in mind audio issues. On a table like this where it can make sound, of course. So you either have to do it on the offbeat, or if you're at a coffee shop, or if you're at the school lunchroom, any of these places set up beforehand. One thing I used here that's kind of fun with a coffee cup with a lip underneath. There's a recess. So you can actually move this around and the coin, A, no audio, and B, the coin stays underneath, okay? So or you could have a little bit of a pancake or a bit of bacon. If your audience is hungry for the final reveal, now we can eat, said the master of magician. So you're here. You've loaded something underneath. Let's load it under the card case for now, okay? We'll get rid of these for now. So you've secretly loaded a duplicate underneath. You take a quarter out of your pocket. You're going to make it vanish and appear under there in a very casual way, and it's going to look... What's cool is the lock-off of this situation makes it all the more dramatic when the coin vanishes and then reappears in the space. Now, I'm going to use a simple retention vanish. So this is not retention. This is more of retention. I can teach this some other time, okay? But I'm just using the classic, and this is a sort of a beginner level vanish. I have it on the channel a lot here, where you take the quarter and you apparently drop it in the hand. Now this is a lot harder than you might think, because it can look very much like, can look awkward. This is where mirror practice, and do it a few times for real, not a few, do it many times for real. Feel it, see it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to turn your hand and you're going to squeeze the muscle, the base of the fingers, just a little bit to hold it in place. Okay? So you do that. Now where you want this coin, whatever vanish, classic palm, thumb palm, whatever vanish you're going to use, you do want the coin ending up in this position, lying on the base of the fingers, right there. The reason is because I'm going to do this, and I'm going to say to make it as fair as possible, or make it as hard as possible for me to do anything tricky. As I say, go ahead, hold my wrist. That's when I'm going to secretly load this coin underneath my watch. Now, what I've done is I put a little tape. It's hard to see because the tape matches. It's silver duct tape, okay? I put some silver duct tape on the bottom of my watch to kill the sound, because you really don't want to make a coin vanish while it sounds like somebody is hitting the Tin Man with a hockey stick. So I do this, I do the vanish, the coin is here. And as I say, go ahead, hold my wrist, just like that, I load the coin underneath the watch. Now, this is something, it's just going to take some practice. There's no real hot tip on this. I do the vanish. As my hand comes over, I want to make sure, of course, I don't let it flash. So you got to practice coming in like this, and then I'm going to slide the quarter along the back of my hand, the wrist, and sort of load it in, but then use the side of my middle finger to really make sure it goes all the way inside. You definitely want your watch to be not too loose on your wrist, or the coin will fall out. Once it's in place like that, of course, I'm going to snap my fingers. Now, what you might want to do is pretend that it's still in your hand. If there's people who've seen you do coin magic before, you can kind of, don't show this hand, do this, so as soon as you open, as soon as they, and when they hold on to the watch, they never feel the coin, okay? You do that, you show it empty here. Now, everybody's going to assume it's got to be here. So it's a great moment to do this, okay? Now it's like, where the hell is that coin? And you could go out of your space and sort of have somebody lift up something over across the table and say, there it is. But it's not that credible. So if this is already in the sphere and you lift this up and they see the quarter there, everyone will believe that that is the same quarter because it was in the same sphere. It's a really shocking vanish in appearance under test conditions. And of course, if you don't want to use a card case, let me get rid of this for now here. If you don't want to have the coin appear under the card case, like I said, you could use the phone, you could use your coffee, you could use your ball cap if you want, have it appear under there. You could do it as something as small as maybe it appeared under a sugar packet, or maybe just have it appear, you know, under a dish tray. What's that smell? Is that my Uncle Lemon's?